we are a nation in decline. We are a failing nation. We are a nation that has the highest inflation in over 40 years, where the stock market just finished the worst first half of a year in more than 5 decades. We are a nation that has the highest energy cost in its history, and we are no longer energy independent or...
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think. And you can't write it up any better. We have Trump back in the limelight just for midterms. And then plus, guys, you know it's Schmeet a year. We know they're going to pull off an event to distract the masses for the next 2 to 3 years so they can build this fourth industrial revolution. Now, we have more and more ETFs coming on the stock market being built around crypto, but all based on the price, guys. The gambler casino. BlackRock is bringing in Aladdin to take your money. Now, Bitcoin right now, dominance is at 40%. We have Ethereum climbing up to about 20% since we have the merge. Now, after the merge, guys, a lot of these miners are going to move over to node operators, and they will get a staking yield and share the fees. Now, during the bull market, we know fees were insane for Ethereum. Now they're going to be moving over to proof of stake. It's going to be great for fees because fees are going to be lower, but those node operators are going to make less, even during a bull market. So it's just like mining. The larger institutions are going to be in control. Remember, the whole point of the merge is to speed transactions while lowering the costs. Now we know the Fed created all this inflation. We know they cause the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we have Steve Leisman says businesses and corporations are not charitable organizations. If they can defend their costs, it's okay to keep prices as high for no reason. And then he stated they should be talking about rollback. And we know that's coming. We have rental properties at an all-time high across the United States. And for no reason. And we had Joe Biden had the nerve to say inflation in July came in at 0. Inflation is at 8.5%, and people are barely making it. And this thing, guys, the Fed hasn't even started cranking it up yet. They're still going to be raising rates, and they really haven't pushed the gas on rolling off this balance sheet. And we know that big distraction is coming. So then, therefore, they can build the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Director and the head of equity product management and innovation at Schwab Asset Management. They launched a new fund last week, the Schwab Crypto Thematic ETF, symbol is STCE. It tracks an index of global exposure to companies that may benefit from development of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. And,
you know, Bob, with the way Schwab Asset Management approaches our product development, we're not trying to time the market. So not providing an indication or our thoughts on if we're at a bottom or another place with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and digital assets. It's more about responding to customers asking for exposure in this space and delivering a product that will stand the test of time and provide that access to them. So that's really what drove us here, and it was happenstance that we got to a timing of a launch where crypto's where it's at today.
Then there's a possibility, including using productivity, depending on what's happening with wages, that profitability may be able to return. Profit margins may at least be stable and maybe even higher if you have the bottom dropping out of those things, if this maintains itself.
So good news for companies in terms of the margin level, but for the consumers, they're still paying high prices. I mean, a lot of prices are still sticky.
They're
the price
sticky.
of Doritos is not going to come down by 12%.
Look,
because it was just up 12%. It's not coming down because corn costs less.
Corporations and businesses are not charitable enterprises. And what that tells you, I think, is that if a company can defend its price increase, it will.
Yeah.
If the market allows it to maintain this higher price. And then I think there's a bigger debate. Maybe we leave it for tomorrow or Monday, but this idea of rollback that Rick has kind of been hinting at and agitating over this idea, should we get back to the old price level, which is a whole different game?
Actually, I just want to say a number. 0. Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%.
Frank, so you don't like this at all. You think this was a terrible, terrible mistake, it sounds like. Why?
It's because it's cynical. It is a destruction of the meaning of words. It's Orwellian at its worst. It's the kind of job that I do as a language guy, as someone who tries to find the words and phrases to connect to the American people. But as a pollster, I know how much it plays into our belief that we can't trust our elected officials and we can't trust our institutions. You know, we've been polling this issue, and the American people think that it's harder now to make it, to get by. More than 70% of Americans have trouble making ends meet. 1 out of 4 literally have trouble paying their bills at the end of the week or end of the month because of inflation. And for Joe Biden to redefine what that means and to attempt to do it for the word recession is really the thing that the American people should be angriest about. You know, I do these presentations and these discussions, and I am a proud contributor to CNBC. I seek the truth. And when the American people understand, and you've got the numbers up there, what the inflation, what it really is, right now, to put people on a plane, to have them attempt to put kids back to school, and they know how expensive it is. For him to say that the inflation rate is 0 is going to be one of those issues that we remember the Biden administration for playing games with the English language.
General Merrick Garland.
I made clear that the Department of Justice will speak through its court filings and its work. Just now, the Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. The department did not make any public statements on the day of the search. The former president publicly confirmed the search that evening, as is his right.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.